The headline coming out of Cleveland's first voluntary minicamp under Todd Monken sounded simple enough. Shedeur Sanders got first-team reps. The internet ran with it. Fans called it a coronation. Critics called it chaos. And just like that, everyone wanted a verdict on the Browns' quarterback situation before June even arrived. If you're just looking at the headline, this looks like a clean story. Young quarterback gets the first look from a new coaching staff. Veteran on his way out. Franchise ready to turn the page. It all fits on a graphic and it plays great on social media. But here is the problem. That version of the story is missing the most important parts. The real story in Cleveland is bigger, messier, and a lot more revealing about what this franchise is actually trying to build. And once you look at the full picture, the conversation changes completely. Most people see this situation and immediately think they already know what happened. So let me run through the 4 versions of the story I keep seeing. Version 1. Shedeur Sanders went first in practice, therefore he is already the favorite. The staff has chosen him. Watson is done. The transition has started. Version 2. Watson still holds the inside track because he is a 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback with millions of dollars still on the table, and Cleveland is not walking away from that investment without a real fight. Version 3. The Browns are just being the Browns, creating confusion, generating drama, running a competition that has no real structure and no real answer. In version 4, this is a clean, straightforward 2-man race between Shedeur and Watson, and one of them is going to win it by training camp. Here is the problem with all 4 versions. They are each missing something critical, and the thing they are all missing is the same thing: context. The headline about Shedeur going first? Technically true. He did go first in 2 sets of 11-on-11 team drills on day 1. That happened. But here is what the headline did not tell you. Deshaun Watson went first in more of the team drills overall. Multiple accounts reported Watson looked like his former self out there, sharp on pre-snap reads, efficient in decision-making, composed in the pocket. An NFL reporter, Mary Kay Cabot, followed up with a report indicating Watson actually emerged from voluntary minicamp with the edge in the 2-man competition and now holds the inside track to QB1. That is a real plot twist that got completely buried under the Shedeur narrative, and it changes everything. But once you actually look closer, there are 4 things you need to understand about what is happening in Cleveland. The first thing is that Shedeur Sanders received a real signal, not a ceremonial one. Todd Monken did not stumble into that rep distribution. He planned it. He acknowledged Sanders was set to get more reps on day 1 in both 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s. He called Sanders the first man up. That means the staff has genuine interest in evaluating the young quarterback. This was not a participation trophy. It was an organizational statement that Sanders is in this competition for real. The second thing is that Cleveland is not telling you the job is his, not even close. Monken was asked directly about rep distribution and the structure of this competition, and he pushed back hard on the 2-man race framing. His words: "At every position, there's competition, irrespective of the reps that they get." He also said the rep distribution would change day to day. General Manager Andrew Berry has been equally deliberate. His message has been consistent. Cleveland believes in competition, not equal reps, and performance is what decides the outcome. Berry has been explicit that the organization intends to move forward with the 4-quarterback room: Sanders, Watson, Dillon Gabriel, and Taylor Green. This is not a symbolic camp battle. The room is crowded on purpose, and that means every rep, every drill, every decision carries real weight. And do not sleep on Dillon Gabriel. He went 1-5 as a starter in 2025 before a concussion ended his year against the Ravens in Week 11. He has everything to prove and nothing to lose. A strong Gabriel camp could add urgency that neither Sanders nor Watson can afford to ignore. The third thing is the part that most people are skipping entirely. Deshaun Watson's pre-snap processing advantage is real. That is the most underreported element of this entire story. Cabot's reporting was specific. Watson outperformed Sanders in pre-snap reads, decision-making, and passing efficiency during the minicamp work. Watson has 7 years in this league. He has been to 3 Pro Bowls. His understanding of coverage, leverage, and defensive structure is a significant edge. And it is exactly the area Monken will be watching most closely between now and the June 9th mandatory minicamp deadline. The fourth thing, and this is the biggest one, is that the real story is not about either quarterback individually. It is about what Cleveland is trying to repair at the organizational level. Let me give you the number that frames everything else. The Browns scored the fewest points in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. Not bottom 5, the fewest. Their offense was not just broken, it was historically dysfunctional. And yet, the defense has been elite. Mason Graham and Carson Schwarzenegger anchored one of the top-rated defensive units in the league last season. Cleveland is one functional offense away from genuine contention. That is the actual pressure driving every decision being made right now. This is why Andrew Berry's 2026 draft class matters so much to the quarterback story. Berry used 2 first-round picks to attack the offensive infrastructure problem directly. He addressed the left tackle crisis at the blind side. He added an explosive playmaker to give the passing game a legitimate weapon. The entire 10-player draft class was tilted toward offense. You do not invest that heavily in offensive infrastructure unless you understand that the problem has never simply been who plays quarterback. The problem has been that the environment around the quarterback was never stable enough to tell the truth. That is what Todd Monken is trying to change. He is installing a new offensive identity. The line is being rebuilt. The pass catchers are being upgraded. The entire structure is being reimagined. And the real question in Cleveland is not simply who wins QB1. The real question is, can this franchise finally build an offense stable enough to evaluate a quarterback fairly? And if that is the real story, then here is the part that matters next. Watch rep distribution over time, not just a single practice in April. One day tells you almost nothing. 6 weeks of accumulated evidence tells you everything. Watch how Monken talks about command and situational football as mandatory minicamp approaches. That language will be the clearest signal of where the staff's thinking is actually heading. Watch Watson's pre-snap processing. If that advantage holds through June, it changes the calculus significantly, regardless of what the social media narrative looks like heading into training camp. Watch Gabriel. If he has a strong camp, this competition gets messier and more urgent in ways that force both Sanders and Watson to elevate in a hurry. Most importantly, watch whether the offensive rebuild actually delivers what it is supposed to, because none of this quarterback competition means anything if the environment around the position still cannot support a real evaluation. For Shedeur Sanders specifically, the test is clear. He needs faster command of Monken's system. He needs improved decision-making under pressure, better pocket management when plays break down, and cleaner ball security. Those were exactly the areas where Watson held the edge in the early minicamp work. The pre-snap processing gap is real, and closing it is the assignment. Here is the bottom line. Shedeur does not need to win Twitter. He does not need to win the offseason narrative. He needs to win trust from the staff, from the huddle, and from the structure of the offense. The real story is not that Shedeur Sanders is already QB1. The real story is that Cleveland is finally trying to build an offense strong enough to tell the truth about its quarterbacks. And Shedeur now has a real chance to prove he belongs at the front of that line.